Character counts everywhere, all the time. Whether life's easy or an uphill climb, we will shine when we walk that line. Character counts everywhere, all the time.
You know, if only the elementary teachers did their job in teaching character, I don't have to worry about this stuff at high school. High school kids don't care about character. They're just trying to survive their years at school, or they think about getting a job or getting into college. You can't change kids' values by the time you get to high school. It's way too late. Test scores, academic achievement, that's what people expect from students. And my role as a teacher is just to deliver. Character really doesn't count. Any of these sound familiar? Maybe they haven't been verbalized at your school, but I can assure you that the mindset of a number of high school teachers is just that. And it can be reinforced by students who think that character is lame, or it's just words that have been preached to them since elementary school years. I'm convinced that character is a life course changing journey, and the obligation of all adults who interact with young people is to intentionally and explicitly teach the desired character traits and values. Michael Josephson, the founder of Character Counts, speaks directly about integrating character into the high school classroom. Let's take a listen.
Let's first talk about the notion of integration. To understand that Character Counts is not a curriculum, it's a framework. And it's a framework based upon some very core principles, including the fundamental principle that if you want to change behavior, you have to change attitudes or beliefs. Attitudes and beliefs are often referred to as either mindsets or values. One of the great strengths of Character Counts is to identify those classic mindsets and values that high school students have, both positive and negative. A lot of them are negative. We call those lock beliefs. It may be a cynicism that school is not going to help me at all, or I hate school, or that people have to lie or cheat in order to succeed. Any one of these kind of negative beliefs. These beliefs impede the full development of the student and the prevention of having the kind of school climate where people truly care about each other. By the way, we don't believe in anti-bullying programs. We believe in establishing a pro-kindness culture, a school where we care about each other. Well, all these other programs you have their own mission. The PBIS is certainly concerned with conduct as well, but tends to be a little more mechanical in focusing on certain kinds of behaviors. We're going to focus much more on the emotional commitment and the development of the values that will make these behaviors durable, that they don't depend on whether you're still keeping score and charting them and dealing with hot spots and going through different tiers. Instead, it's based on the notion that each person has a certain capacity, both morally and academically, and it's our job to bring that out. A key function is to train the teachers that they can do this while still teaching their academic courses. It's so simple, it's so organic. You really have two different opportunities in any school, but especially the high school. One is the substantive one that's content related. Certainly any literature course, any history course, it's a no-brainer. There is some aspect where the major players in the literature or in the history have character traits that either help them succeed or fail. The reconnection of those character traits to success and failure, and showing why Honest Abe was called Honest Abe and why that was important, or George Washington's integrity is so critical, or in contrast, some other leaders who may have failed on some of these things, is absolutely essential. So a lot of the integration in the substance is looking for those opportunities. You also have the opportunities of just small things that can come up. It may be a newspaper article, an event that can be commented on, or even some behavior that occurs in your class or on the playground. How you deal with that will determine a great deal to what messages you're sending. Everyone who follows Character Counts, and certainly this works beautifully in high school, is aware of a simple delivery model we call TEAM. Teach, enforce, advocate, and model. And the idea is if you're self-conscious about the fact that you want to teach, whether it's the characteristic of love of learning or the importance of discipline or the importance of knowing how to deal with failure and the growth mindset, or whether it's the importance of impulse control or organization or studying or self-control, or the importance of the 6 pillars of being honest, being fair, being caring, and being respectful. You teach it by being sure they understand what it looks like. You enforce it by being sure that there are consequences, both positive and negative, that are appropriate to the behavior. You advocate it. You say, this is what we want to do, this is who we are, this is what we want to be. And the hardest, but maybe the most powerful, is you have to model it. So what I'm saying is that while there may be an initial resistance of high schools, either to the fact that we can't do this, or we shouldn't do this, or we don't have time, it is the most opportune and critical time for you to help young people make that transition into career or into college. And I hope you'll take a really close look at what Character Counts 5.0 can do to really help your high school.